Good afternoon and welcome to today's coverage of the Pitching In Northern Premier League, live from the Marine Travel Arena as Marine take on Hyde United. A return to league action for the Mariners today after recent victories in cup competitions, with Neil Young's side looking to strengthen their grip on the playoffs. Today's opposition, Hyde United, sit one place above Marine in the league table in third, but have lost their previous two league matches. Your commentary team today is me, Luke Feather, and I'm joined by Tom Wardle. Expecting a close game here today, Tom?
Yeah, there's two good sides at the top end of the table. It's definitely going to be a tasty affair. We've got a big crowd in front of us this afternoon, and I think we'll see some good football across the 90 minutes.
Yeah, as you say, Tom, there's a bumper crowd here at the Marine Travel Arena. Attendances have been fantastic all season, regardless, but we're expecting somewhere between 1,300 and 1,400. Some contrast to the last time these two sides faced each other at the Marine Travel Arena in the 200s, the attendance that day. As we edge closer to kick-off, I'll run through today's lineups, starting with the Marine team. So in goal, it's number 1, Bailey Passant. Number 2, Josh Solomon-Davis. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, James Barragan. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Johnny Spittle. Number 7, Andrew Scarisbrick. Number 8, Charlie Doyle. Number 9, Mo Torre. Number 10, Sol Solomon. And number 11, Hayden Campbell. For Hyde, it's number 1, Dan Averton. Number 2, Harry Ditchfield. Number 3, Javid Nevin. Number 4, Callum Spooner. Number 5, Jordan Fagbola. Number 6, Bradley Roscoe, the captain. Number 7, Adam Dawson. Number 8, Liam Tong. Number 9, Manas Mampala. Number 10, Jack Redshaw. And number 11, Tom Pratt. On the bench for Marine today, it's number 12, Luke Clark. Number 13, Jamano Mendes. Number 14, Connor Evans. Number 15, Lucas Weir. And number 16, Alex Doyle. So three changes to the side that faced Scarborough Athletic last Saturday. Luke Clark, Jordan Lussey and Jack Dunn all out in place of Josh Solomon-Davis, Andrew Scarisbrick and Mo Torre, making his first league start of the season. So what do you make of the lineup today, Tom?
Yeah, I think the changes kind of picked themselves. I thought Andy Scarisbrick was brilliant in the week against Pilkington. It really caught my eye and got a nice goal for himself, and obviously Mo Torre, two goals in his 2 appearances, and that brilliant strike, which was the winner last Saturday, kind of makes him the man to lead the line today, and hopefully see another good performance from him.
Of course, there's 3 players that have come in. You probably would have expected them to come in. Jack Dunn picking up an unfortunate knee injury last Saturday. Jordan Lussey, we assume there is some sort of injury there, as he's not even in the matchday squad. And Luke Clark dropping to the bench in place of Josh Solomon-Davis, a more natural right back. On the bench today for the visitors, it's number 12, Wilf Riley. Number 13, James Chew. Number 14, Eddie Brown. Number 15, Sonny Whittingham. Number 16, Aaron Fleming. Some of you listening may have noted a couple of ex-Mariners in the starting lineup for Hyde United today. Goalkeeper Dan Averton made a few appearances for Marine in the 1920 season. Liam Tong in midfield also. Marine in their usual white and black strip, white shirts, black shorts and black socks. Hyde United in yellow shirts with blue trimmings, blue shorts and blue socks. Hyde ready to get us underway, attacking the Crescendo Way end in this first half as Marine attack the College Road end. It's a big crowd here at the MTA. 4th versus 3rd, and we are underway. Rolled back to Bradley Roscoe straight away, who looks down the line, and all the way back to the goalkeeper now. Averton under a little bit of pressure from Torre, but he does well and clears long up towards Mampala. Headed away by Wardle and Spittle in there. Tong helps it forward wide towards Adam Dawson. Out of play from Sean Smith. So as expected, Motore appears to be the focal point in attack for Marine today, wearing the number 9 shirt. 2 goals in his last 2 games, including a dramatic winner against Scarborough Athletic a week ago today. It's the first long throw of the afternoon is launched into the Marine penalty area by Ditchfield, headed away by Spittle, and eventually out for a Marine throw-in, which Sean Smith will take. So it looks like Campbell and Solomon in support of Motore. What do you make of that attacking lineup there, Tom?
Yeah, there's obviously Scaresbrook also in the lineups. It's attacking choice by Neil Young. As Solomon's latched onto that one, but I do think the front three are all in fine form and we've got goals in them, all 3 of them. So hopefully we'll see some of that today.
It is an exciting lineup for Marine today as Torre can't quite control that, but he manages to win it back off of Liam Tong. Barragan, central to Charlie Doyle, just about keeps possession, does he? No. Tackled by Dawson, who looks to charge forward. Tackling there by Scarisbrick. Both sides trading possession. Wide now with Nevin, and here is Redshaw, the danger man for Hyde United. 10 goals to his name this season. He is top goal scorer for the Tigers. As Campbell gives away a 3 kick inside the first 2 minutes, and Liam Tong appears to be the man to take it. It's about 35 to 40 yards from goal. It's a long way out. It's more of a crossing position than a shooting one. You'd expect the ball to be floated in towards the back post where centre-backs have made their way forward. Bradley Roscoe and Jordan Fagboller. I think it will be Tong to leave it for Redshaw. In towards that back post area, all the way through, and harmlessly behind for a goal kick.
You do have some fairly tall players, Hyde United, so giving away cheap free kicks around the edge of the box. Sure, something Marine will have to look at.
They have been very defensively strong this season, Marine. Boasts the second best defensive record in the division. Only Gainsborough Trinity. Sorry, only South Shields have conceded fewer goals. They have also played 2 fewer games. As the ball is out wide now with Ditchfield, can just about keep it in. Plays it into Dawson. Now back to Roscoe, who can clear. Charlie Doyle wins that header in midfield, but Liam Tong looks to volley it forward. Solomon Davis, with his first real involvement, tries to nod it round Redshaw, but Redshaw can lay it off for Nevin. Back to Redshaw now, inside his own half. Pressured all the way by Solomon Davis, who's not letting him go. Back to centre-back Roscoe. Out wide now with Ditchfield. Can play a long ball down the line, looking for Tong. Headed out, and Smith can volley it clear. Up towards Torre, if he can control. He can't quite. Can Campbell pick it up? No, here's Redshaw. Just inside his own half. Gets it back from Ditchfield. Good play from Redshaw there. And there's a foul in there, I think, against Hayden Campbell, who was chasing shadows, really. Redshaw in control of the situation.
He's playing quite narrow, Hayden Campbell. Looks to be more like a number 10 in these opening 5 or so minutes. Possibly Solomon and Torre up top. Just them 2. We'll see as the game goes on.
Yeah, very interesting. When the lineups first came out, you would have assumed Torre would be the lone striker with Campbell and Solomon either side of him, Scarisbrick in a number 10 role, but Scarisbrick's going to have to play a bit deeper as Torre gives chase. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Atherton. Torre keeps putting the pressure on, but long clearance, and the linesman's flag is up. That's Thomas Harland on the side of the pitch today. Alan Butler, the other assistant to the main man in the middle, Callum Jones. Here's Johnny Spittle. All the way back to Bailey Passon. Spittle gets it back. He looks forward. He's got a runner from Solomon. Never catching on to the end of that one. Nevin can watch it out of play for a throw-in. Deep in the Hyde half. In a left-back position, just in front of Thomas Harland, the assistant referee. He's got options down the line, but it's met in there by Scarisbrick. Roscoe can control for Hyde and cleared long by Nevin. Spittle looks to head it away for Marine. And again, Barragan up there, but Dawson can chest it down for Tong. And Ditchfield looks to play it forward back into Dawson on the edge of a box now, in towards the back post. Solomon Davis has to deal with it, and he heads it back to Passant. Calm defended in the end by Solomon Davis.
Yeah, it's good having him back in the side, isn't it? Josh Solomon Davis brings so much to the team, not only defensively as we've seen there, but going forward.
Yeah, credit to Luke Clark. He's done a good job at right back filling in there, but having Solomon Davis in the side is a big plus. Motore tried to latch onto the end of a long ball from Passant, but cleared away by Fagbola. And now Redshaw can drive forward up the other end of the pitch for Hyde. He tries to spread it wide for Ditchfield, but it's just behind him, so Dawson will pick it up. In field now towards Pratt, into the box. Smith deals with him. Tom Pratt recently made his 200th appearance for Hyde United. Good servant for the club. As Sean Smith wins his side a free kick deep in the Marine half, adjacent from the penalty area. What do you make of the opening 7 or so minutes, Tom?
It's been a kind of game that we'd expect. Two teams that obviously good size. I think Hyde have moved the ball quite nicely. We're moving forward, but get to see a real opening goal, and I think will be a tight affair across the whole 90 minutes.
Spittle has to come across the deal with that and heads it forward to Solomon. He's got Solomon Davis behind him. Lays it forward now to Campbell. In field, back to Solomon. On his left foot, he tries to play it into Torre, but Torre hadn't made the run. Decent play between Campbell and Solomon, though, on that right-hand side.
Yeah, you can see what he's doing there, couldn't you, Solomon? Looking for that first-time pass. I think maybe if that was on his right side, he might have opted for the shot. Was unselfish by the forward.
Played long by Atherton. The header's won by Spittle. He heads it all the way behind him to Passant. He was a slight injury concern for today. Went off injured with what maybe was just a precautionary measure on Tuesday night in that match against Pilkington in the Liverpool Senior Cup. Germano Mendes with some rare minutes. Solomon Davis does well to win his side of throw-in high up the pitch. About 25 yards from the byline. Needs options though. And here's Campbell making himself an option now. Marine fans making themselves heard in these early stages, opening 10 minutes. If you're just joining us, it's Marine 0, Hyde United 0. Sean Smith looks to clip a ball into the box, headed away by Roscoe. And Dawson does well after the initial stumble, but Torre wins it back off him on the left-hand side. Centrally to Doyle, tries to slide it forward to Campbell. But now Spooner will look to bring it away. Here's Tong, plays it into the feet of Mampala. Wide now to Redshaw. The referee's whistle has gone, and it's going to be a free kick Hyde's way on about the halfway line. And just about on the edge of the centre circle. It's going to be taken by Fagbola.
As you can see now, the formation of Marine, Hayden Campbell's definitely in that number 10 role. It could looks to be like a narrow 4-1-2-1-2 with Barragan and Scarisbrick either side. Something different by Neil Young.
The free kick from Fagbola over everyone, dinked into Bailey Passant. Maybe that's what having Solomon Davis back in the team can afford you, Tom. Obviously when Clark was in there, a natural centre midfielder, sort of doing a job at right back if you like. But once you've got the width and the pace of Solomon Davis back on the right hand side, it allows you to be a bit more narrow in the midfield. Fagbola comes across well to head out for a Marine throw-in. Here is Solomon Davis coming up the pitch to take. He's got an option to the side of him where Motore has come short. Back to Solomon Davis now, cross into the box. Headed up, but not quite away by Roscoe, and Barragan's in there to try and win it back. He does so, was nicked off in by Tong, and Tong looks to play a long ball forward towards Redshaw. Solomon Davis is back defending well, back to Passon. Good defending there from Solomon Davis. And a long ball forward from Passon up towards Torre, and a bit of a strange one. Looked like he ducked at the last moment over his head and through to Passon's opposite number, Dan Atherton. Good distribution from him out to the left back, Nevin. But he's closed down by Scarisbrick. Can he get past Fagboller? He's blocked, wins a side, a free kick. And it might be a booking that for Jordan Fagboller, first of the afternoon.
Yeah, he does really well though, Scarisbrick. He knows what Fagboller's going to do. Just gets that little touch in behind him to win the free kick. It's a good area now for Marine to put some bodies in the box.
Yeah, unlucky for Fagboller there. It was the only thing he could do, really. After Nevin had the ball nicked off him by Scarisbrick. Scarisbrick just knocked it past Fagboller, and the centre-back knew what he was doing. Had to sacrifice himself there for the team. So the left-footed option of James Barrigan, or the right-footed option of Sol Solomon, stand over the ball. Mo Torre, Charlie Doyle, Johnny Spittle and Josh Wardle occupy the penalty area for Marine. Pretty much every Hyde United player is in the box. In fact, all 11 are in the penalty area now. It's Barrigan to deliver in towards the back post. Oh, it took a touch, I think, off of Mampala. Vital touch, and it's out for a corner.
Yeah, he got the touch for Fagboller. He was all over Johnny Spittle, who just couldn't wriggle out the challenge to get a header on goal. Another opportunity here.
It's going to be Sol Solomon this time to come across and take the corner. Before that, referee Callum Jones just wants to have a word, I think, with Johnny Spittle, Charlie Doyle and Manas Mampala. There is a lot of pushing and shoving in a very crowded 6-yard box. Plenty for Solomon to aim for. In towards the centre. It's a touch from Atherton. Strange bit of goalkeeping. It might have been going in, but Redshaw running down the left wing now for Hyde. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Evades a few challenges and then lays it off for Spooner. Long diagonal in towards the box, headed away by Barrigan. There's a good chance there from the corner though.
Yeah, Solomon, we've seen him score them in his previous club, Jersey Bulls, and he almost got one there spectacularly. And it's a good save in the end by Dan Atherton under a lot of pressure.
But Marine need to be wary of the counter-attack. Led by Jack Redshaw, you can see early on that he is their main danger man. Along with his opposite winger, Adam Dawson, also been impressive in his opening 15 minutes or so. Solomon almost latches onto a loose ball in the centre of the pitch, but play will be brought back for a Marine free kick on about the halfway line in a left-back position. So it's going to be Sean Smith to take. Passon offers his abilities from a free kick, but I think it will be the former Bala Town left back to take. Plays a long diagonal up towards Wardle. Wardle wins the flick on, headed away by Fagboller. It's Scarisbrick now, tried to shift it back onto his right foot. The referee tried to play advantage, but Wardle's gone down in a bit of pain, holding an area where you don't want to be hit. And I'm sure a lot of people listening can relate to that one for Josh Wardle.
It's a difficult one for the referee. Tried to play the advantage, but I think he went with the right decision in the end, giving Marine a good free kick in a good area here. Could possibly go for the shot, I think. Thinking of Sol Solomon, who's got the ball down.
More central, this free kick, than the previous, so Solomon might just be thinking about the shot. From this sort of position, you would usually say that it would suit a left footer as the wind starts to pick up here in Crosby. I wonder how that will impact proceedings. Mo Torre making a nuisance of himself, trying to block the goalkeeper's eye line as he assembles his wall. A 4-man wall consisting of Adam Dawson, Liam Tong, Tom Pratt and Callum Spooner. Barragan's not happy with the position of the wall, thinks it might be a bit close. It's Solomon to take, and it did take a touch on the way through. It's going to be a corner. Just deflected off the wall there. Not the best effort from Solomon, but another chance to get a ball in the box for the Mariners. I think it's going to be the left footer of Barragan, so it will be an in-swinging corner from the Marine right. Hayden Campbell is unmarked at the back post, so just wonder if anyone's spotted him from a Hyde point of view. Referee, again, not happy with the two captains. Bradley Roscoe, Josh Wardle both getting a talking to. Bit more pushing and shoving and holding in the 6-yard box. The referee very much stamping his authority on the game. Not taking any nonsense in the 6-yard box. Ball in, and it's John Spittle. What a save from Dan Atherton. There's Scarsbrick on the volley. Wide in the end. Solomon goes down. And Atherton wants to get the game going immediately, but Solomon has stayed down in the D. So the referee will pull the game back, but what a save that was from Atherton.
Well, we've seen some brilliant saves at the MTA this season, but that might be number one. The power Spittle got on the header really well from close range to claw it out and keep the game level.
I think you might be right there, Tom. That could be the best save I've seen at this ground this season. Fantastic from the ex-Marine man. Also, ex-Liverpool Academy, Dan Atherton. And we are just about ready to get back underway. Solomon's back to his feet, looks to have shaken off that knock that temporarily grounded him. Goal kick out towards the right, met by Hayden Campbell this time, headed forward by Tong. And the last touch came off a Marine man. I think it was Sean Smith in there, and it's out for a Hyde throw-in just in front of the Marine dugout. Down the right-hand side. Throw-in taken in towards Spooner. Last touch off Solomon. It's going to be another throw-in for the Tigers. Hyde United for large portions of this season been at the summit of the table, but they've just dropped off a little bit in form in the last few weeks. They come into this game off the back of 2 defeats to Matlock Town and Lancaster. That Lancaster result especially a disappointing one. A team that's not challenging at the top end of the table, but they have only lost twice away from home all season. A statistic matched by the Mariners.
You can see why, can't you? The way they've set up Hyde, got some good forward players and big players at the back, so you see why they've been so good away from home and why they're so far high up the league.
Marine have a free kick to the left of centre. It's going to be left for Sol Solomon. Centre halves have made their way forward. Barragan has made a decent run, opens up a bit of space. Not the best free kick this time from Solomon, headed away fairly comfortably by Fagbollet. Smith plays it all the way back to Passant, safety first, but gets it back for left back. He's got a little bit of time to pick a pass, plays a long diagonal out to his opposite fullback, Solomon Davis, taken well. Looks to play it in towards Scarisbrick, I think, but Torres picked it up. Now he can slide it through to Solomon Davis. Inviting cross across the box. Misses everyone, out for a goal kick. Good play from Marine down this right-hand side.
Yeah, we were talking about Josh Solomon Davis earlier, and that's what he brings forward line. It's a great delivery across the face of goal. It's just a shame that Torre laid him off and he wasn't in the box getting on the end of it.
Yeah, you so often see it where a striker drops deep to come and help link up play, but then at the vital moment where you want him in the 6-yard box to tap it in, he's not quite caught up with play yet. Another one of those occasions. It's great to have Mo Torre back in the team though. He's found minutes hard to come by since rejoining in the summer. A variety of fitness issues all season. Scored his first goal of the campaign just seconds after taking to the pitch against Scarborough Athletic last Saturday. Followed it up with a goal on Tuesday night in the Liverpool Senior Cup. Looking to make it 3-3 today, Motore. So a throw-in now for the Mariners. We're about halfway through this first half. It's still Marine 0, Hyde United 0 if you are just joining us. Best chance of the game falling for Johnny Spittle, forcing a fantastic save from Atherton. But now Solomon Davis has got a little bit of space to run into down the right-hand side. It's closed down now by Nevin. Solomon Davis looks to have got the better of him. Not the best ball into the box. Away from Spooner and then from Redshaw. Torre can pick it up and that might just bounce in. Something out of nothing there from Torre. It's the ball just about fell for him in the penalty area. I'm not sure whether he was trying to smash that back across goal or whether it was an effort on target, but it took a nick on the way through. And it's a corner for the Mariners.
Good day, isn't it, by Motore? Good work rate to want to win that ball back in the box. Just unlucky, the ball didn't find the back of the net.
Another corner in from Solomon. Better ball this time. Campbell's in there. Oh, great defending from Tong. Scarisbrick goes down. The referee shakes his head. I think Marine might have had a claim there. Scarisbrick took a tumble. It was great play from the corner though. Fantastic ball in from Solomon. Campbell in a bit of space had the effort on target, but it was blocked by Liam Tong. Scarisbrick picked up the loose ball and was tripped. Did Marine have a case for a penalty there, Tom?
Yeah, well, it's one of those where the referee's got a big decision to make. I think he's played it safe on that occasion, but you mentioned on an earlier corner Campbell was unmarked at the back post. He's unmarked there again. He's unfortunate. But it's good for Marine. Building some pressure here, we just need to get that opening goal.
There is a full fixture list in the Northern Premier League today. I'll just tell you about a couple of those goals in a moment as Dan Atherton plays a long ball forward up towards Mampala. Not quite dealt with yet by Marine. Pratt picks it up and now Charlie Doyle can bring it away. Plays a quick ball out towards the left where Motore can latch onto it. Looking to drive into the penalty area. He's in the box now. Lays it off for Campbell. It's on his left foot though. Back to Torre. Shifts it onto his right foot. Good defending in there from Tong.
He looks sharp, doesn't he, Motore? Really sharp. He's on the ball there. So he can cause this Hyde backline some problems.
It's about a little bit of sharpness and fitness that he's been missing all season. But he's back now and he seems to be getting better with every game. Ball in from Barragan in towards Campbell, but it's cleared away. It's not the best ball from Spittle, but Barragan clears it further. And Scarisbrick will look to take it down, but Nevin is a favourite to get there. Scarisbrick wins it back though. He's got hold of Scarisbrick and now Spooner has gone down and landed on Scarisbrick after the free kick had been awarded.
There's a real intent and hunger by the Marine players when they haven't got the ball to win it back. Scarisbrick there really well to win his side a free kick. He's looked really promising in this first half.
If Marine victorious today, they will leapfrog Hyde United into third, regardless of results elsewhere. And here is another chance for Marine to get a dangerous ball into the box. It's Barragan and Solomon once again standing over it. I think this favours the left foot of Barragan. It is Barragan in towards the centre, too close to Atherton. Now a few Marine players around the goalkeeper. Spittle on his way out of the penalty area, clattered into the back of Atherton, and Atherton has gone down holding his head. You just wonder what the linesman saw there, because that didn't look too clever from Spittle, to be honest. I don't know if you saw that there, Tom.
He's got that in there, hasn't he, Johnny Spittle, that bit of fieriness. He's had a good game Dan Atherton, but I don't think there's too much wrong with him here. I think he's a little bit over the top.
Spittle just holding holding a couple of hands in front of Atherton, just mockingly saying, "Can you still see how many fingers I'm holding up?" The Marine faithful, as I'm sure you can hear, not happy with Atherton's, I wouldn't say theatrics, but to be fair, he did get clattered into by Spittle. Maybe a little bit dramatic, just making the point to the referee more than anything. And we will restart with a drop ball. Atherton back to his feet now. Seems completely fine. Plays a long ball forward up towards Mampala, but it's headed away by Wardle. Pratt can pick it up now for Hyde. Good challenge in there from Smith. Charlie Doyle can clean up. Long ball up towards Torre. Good touch in towards Solomon. Solomon dragged to the ground, nothing given. Tong can volley forward now for Hyde. Linesman's flag is up. Mampala, he had every right to go for the ball. Not Wardle down. A couple of Marine players aren't happy with Mampala's physicality there.
Well, like you say, he did have a right to go for the ball, Mampala, but it's definitely second best, and I think it might just be a talking to by the referee.
I think he knew what he was doing, just leaving a little bit on Josh Wardle. Something that you see very often from a big physical number 9 such as Manas Mampala. 6 goals to his name this season. So as well as his hold-up play, which we've seen so far this afternoon, he does chip in with his goals, allowing players such as Jack Redshaw to thrive. So free kick's taken quickly, and it is Redshaw to clear it. Cleared at the other end by Marine, and Torre looks to play it off. Redshaw picks up the loose ball into Tong. Looks to play it forward quickly for Pratt, but that will run through to Bailey Passant in goal. News of a few goals in the Northern Premier League today. It's Bamber Bridge 2, Matlock Town 0. Gainsborough Trinity 0, Radcliffe 1. Goal was between Lancaster City and Ashton United, as Mampala picks up the ball in the centre of the pitch. Looks to drive forward, wide now with Nevin. He's got a little bit of space. Lays it back to Mampala in the box onto his left foot. He slips at the vital moment. Cleared away. Can be picked up again by Spooner. Looks to head it forward, but Solomon picks it up into Torre. Back to goal, turns well onto his left foot. Across to Barragan. Spreads it wide now to Campbell. Good play for Marine. Campbell back onto his right foot, plays it centrally to Torre, lays it off for Doyle. Out wide now, Solomon Davis onto his left foot. Will he release? Doyle tries this hook from 25 yards on his left foot, never troubling the goalkeeper.
It's a great move there, was it, by Marine? Some really good first time passing. Brilliant from Solomon Davis, who again getting forward. Just can't quite turn that ball home in good areas at the moment.
Dawson looks to play it down the line for Pratt for Hyde United. Looking to get to the byline. Good challenge in there from Barragan. I'll tell you about the goals at the top of the table. Concern Marine. South Shields are a goal up at Warrington Town, which sends them to the top of the league table. Gainsborough Trinity a goal down at home to Radcliffe, which sees them leapfrog Marine into 4th. So throw in to be taken down near the corner flag towards the penalty area. Not the best one. Back out to Ditchfield now. Good challenge in there from Barragan. Now he can drive forward. He's got Torre down the line. He tries the further option, which was Solomon. And he might just be able to get goal side of Spooner. Good defended in the end from the man wearing number 4. And it's sloppy in there from Fag Bollett, and eventually Campbell wins his side a free kick.
Yeah, the pressure from the front three has been outstanding in this half an hour. Campbell, Solomon and Torre, it scares, but when they don't have the ball, always pressing the hard back line and not giving them any time with possession.
If you are just joining us, it's Marine 0, Hyde United 0. 30 minutes played. Best chance of the game falling to Johnny Spittle from a corner, forcing a fantastic save out of the Hyde goalkeeper, Dan Atherton. But another chance now for Marine to get a ball into the box. It's Solomon on the left wing, so it's going to be an in-swinging free kick. Just a one-man wall of Adam Dawson. It's a good ball in from Solomon towards the back post. Spittle went for it. It's a bit of a scramble. Can Campbell fires it in, but the referee's blown his whistle. Atherton's gone down. And the physio makes his way onto the pitch. That is a big call from the referee, Callum Jones. There was a scramble in the 6-yard box. The ball was bouncing around. Spittle and Atherton both went up for it. I think Atherton actually went into the back of Spittle. And just before Campbell pulled the trigger, the referee blew his whistle. But there is now a team of officials on the pitch tending to Dan Atherton, so you hope he is okay. He's not moved a great deal. But the Marine players very unhappy with that decision. But if Atherton is seriously hurt here, then you can understand why the referee did blow his whistle. But he's sat up now, Atherton.
I think it was the challenge of Spittle who came flying in, took a big blow to the head. Dan Atherton, we do hope he's going to be okay. And I think, like you say, the referee blew just as Campbell pulled the trigger. I don't think the goal will stand.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the injury is as bad as first feared. As soon as the referee blew his whistle, he was very quick to usher the physios and the medics onto the pitch. As Atherton had not moved a great deal, but I feel maybe the cynic in me is saying it was a little bit of wise play from Atherton, winning his side a free kick in a dangerous, well, I'm not sure it will be a free kick, but forcing the referee to blow his whistle while his side were under a little bit of pressure there. We do wait to see whether Atherton will continue, but the first reaction is that he will. Campbell going over and making sure the goalkeeper's okay, shall we say. Scarisbrick's in there as well, Doyle all talking to the keeper. Barragan going over to share his opinions now. He's back to his feet now, Atherton, who, as he gets back to his feet, is sarcastically cheered by the Marine fans before raising his hands.
I certainly think he'll be okay.
I think he will definitely be okay, Tom. Fair play to Atherton. He's playing up to it there.
It was a tricky one for the referee because for head injuries you do have to blow as soon as you see him. It's just a shame that we found the back of the net as that happened.
Yep, denying Hayden Campbell of his 12th goal of the season. Marine's top goal scorer, of course. And you just wonder how the game will be restarted here, because of course Marine did actually score during that move. But of course the referee's whistle was blown before the ball hit the back of the net. So I think it will be a drop ball and Atherton will get us back underway. Seems a little bit unfair. Unless he's going to be instructed to just give possession back to Marine, but I assume that he has not been given that instruction. And Atherton, as expected, looks absolutely fine as he volleys a long ball forward up towards Mampala, headed away by Wardle. Into the final 10 minutes of the first half. It's still goalless here at the Marine Travel Arena between these two sides, currently occupying the playoff positions. Marine know that a win today will see them move above Hyde in the league table, up into third. A win today would also be Marines' 5th win in a row. Of those 4 previous wins, 0 goals conceded. A very impressive run for Marine. I've only lost once in the last 14 games. As Dawson sends in a free kick for Hyde, defended at the back post by Solomon Davis. It's going to be a corner for Hyde. I think Redshaw now to send in a corner kick for Hyde in towards the centre. Dealt with by Doyle. Very convincing header. Nevin under pressure from Torre, and Torre wins it back. Big shove in the back there from Nevin. Nevin might be lucky to escape a yellow card for that one.
It's a bit of a ridiculous challenge. What was it? Nevin in there. Torre's not really going anywhere. He's got no support. He's just barged into him.
That's exactly what Torre wanted from that situation. Yeah, as you say, no support around him. He's wanted to win a free kick, get his side up the pitch, and that's exactly what happened. Free kick for Marine just inside their own half in a right back position. Johnny Spittle's come across to take it. He's a centre-back partner. Josh Wardle's made his way forward. It's Doyle who's the target. Doyle does win the flick on. In towards the centre where Atherton can claim. Rolls the ball out for Redshaw, who will look to spark a counter-attack down the Hyde left. Cuts back onto his right foot and plays a long diagonal. Searching for Dawson, but I think Barragan can deal with that at the back post, and he does. Watches it out for a goal kick. James Barragan having a very solid game so far this afternoon. Doing exactly what you would expect of a James Barragan performance to look like. Lots of running, lots of tracking back, lots of bursts forward. It's passing, gets us back underway with a goal kick. Up towards Torre, headed away by Roscoe. Picked up now by Smith in the centre of the pitch. Out wide to Torre, brilliant flick forward to Campbell. Campbell onto his right foot. Just got underneath it. And it's high wide and not very handsome from Campbell there.
Well, he scored one in a similar position at the other side on Tuesday against Pilkington, but that one far from the finish he pulled off there.
Yep, fantastic little flick from Torre in the build-up there as well. Something that we know he's capable of. You can tell he's building his confidence back up after his long injury layoff. He's having a very good game so far, Mo Torre. Long ball forward from Atherton up towards Mampala, but it's met by Spittle and away by Smith. Torre will go up for this header, but it's won by Fagbola. Solomon Davis can pick it up now and charge down the right-hand side. He's got Solomon for company, and Redshaw goes in for the ball, gets none of it, and gives Marine a free kick.
It's another silly challenge, isn't it? It's right on the touchline with Solomon Davis, who's a bit unsure what to do next. But we'll take that free kick every day of the week.
39 minutes played now, Tom. Which side do you think has edged the first half so far?
Oh, it's certainly been Marine have dominated the Hyde United box. They're just on another day, it could be 2 or 3 up. This just hasn't happened so far.
It's a free kick sent in by Barragan. In towards the centre, and it's gone all the way in! And it's James Barragan! But it won't count. The linesman's flag is up. Charlie Doyle was in there attacking it. I don't actually think he got a touch on the ball. Sorry, it wasn't Doyle, it was Scarisbrick. The referee and the linesman conversing between them. And it's not going to count. Now that is a big call, because the free kick from Barragan went straight in at the far post. Scarisbrick attacked it. The linesman's flag went up, but I don't think Scarisbrick actually got a touch on the ball. What are your thoughts on that, Tom?
It's a bit of an unusual. I really didn't expect the flag to go up there. Must be, like you say, from the rudder coming in. But he didn't. No one touched the ball. That was for certain. Strange decision.
Motore is dispossessed in the centre of the pitch as it's laid off for Ditchfield, who can play a long ball forward. Looking for Mampala. Wardle has to deal with it. There's a man down for Hyde. He's back to his feet now, Dawson. Not sure what the issue was there. So a very big call for Callum Jones, not the first of the afternoon. The second goal that Marine have had ruled out. As Hyde gets back underway with a throw-in. Tong looks to slide it through for Mampala. Too much on that one.
It's a shame for Marine. They've played so well in this first half. Found the back of the net on 2 occasions. They still found themselves nil apiece.
As you say, on another day, could be 2-0 Marine here. In a very good position going into half-time. But as it is, still goalless. Still work to do to find an opener that the officials don't have a problem with. As Tong picks it up in the centre of the pitch before giving it to Dawson. Gets it back from Dawson. Out wide now with Mampala. Challenging there from Smith. Gives away a throw-in. Ditchfield now with the ball in hand. It's shown he has got a long throw on him. Not the longest, but a decent throw nonetheless. Here's Roscoe now. Centre back for Hyde. Challenging from Torre. And it'll be a Hyde throw-in just in front of manager Neil Young, who just returns the ball to Ditchfield. Throw back to Dawson. Barragan's in there. A little bit of a high boot. Nothing given. Scarisbrick in the centre of the pitch now, looking to launch a counter-attack. Here's Solomon Davis charging down the right. Into the box now. Good challenge. Very good challenge from Pratt. It's not run out yet. Just in front of a corner flag. Solomon Davis looks to hold it up. Wins a corner.
There's a superb recovery challenge in there for the Hyde man, but Solomon Davis was brilliantly getting down that flank again. It's one inside a corner.
Just shows what Marine lack when he's not in the side, Solomon Davis. That extra bit of energy down the right hand side. The ability to get to the byline and get a ball into the box. It will be James Barragan to send the corner into the penalty area. It's into a crowded box, headed up and away by Fagboller. Spittle looks to leave it for Scarisbrick. Slices his volley high and wide. Headed back onto the pitch by a brave Marine supporter.
It's a great header.
About 90 seconds left to play. Plus, you would imagine 2 or 3 minutes of added time.
Yeah, after that deliberation, the first time Marine hit the back of the net, would think another 5 or so minutes could be played it this first half.
Goal kick taken by Averton. Been a very busy man in the first half. Roscoe just about manages to get it clear for his long ball forward up towards Redshaw. It's dealt with by Solomon Davis, who's having a very fine game down the Marine right in his first game back. It's just the issue with Solomon Davis. We know what quality he has, but he just needs to keep himself fit. Long ball forward from passing up towards Solomon, but it's headed out by Nevin. Solomon Davis with the ball in hand, looking for options ahead of him. Scarisbrick's made a decent run down the right hand side. Out of play from Roscoe. It's going to be another Marine throw. Into the final 20 seconds of the half. We await to see how much added time we will get. But first, the throw in for Solomon Davis, and players have started to flood the penalty area, so you know where this one's going. In towards Spittle at the near post, headed away by Roscoe. Scarisbrick can pick it up and tries to send it back out wide for Solomon Davis, but out of play for another throw. It's going to be 4 minutes. I know there's been a couple of stoppages, but 4 minutes seems a fair chunk. Long throw in from Solomon Davis. Spittle looks to head it back in towards the box, but all the way through to the goalkeeper. Although if you've been watching the World Cup, 4 minutes of added time seems like nothing really.
I'll be interested to see Hyde's reaction coming out for the second half, because Bailey Passon's had the quietest afternoon out of anyone on the pitch. So he's got to change something up the away team to stay in this game, despite it being 0-0.
The ball along the Marine back line, away from Wardle, up towards Solomon. Wins his side a free kick. Not a great challenge in there from, I believe it was Spooner. So free kick inside the centre circle. A few of the Marine players becoming frustrated at how broken up the game was becoming. Asking the question of the referee of when he's going to start producing a few yellow cards. Just for one so far this afternoon for Jordan Fagboller. So it will be James Barragan standing over the free kick, as he has done on multiple occasions this afternoon. Plays it short to Smith. Looks to charge forward. He's got Campbell to his left. He wants to get back onto his right foot. He does. Whips a good ball into the box, headed away by Fagboller. Campbell looking to keep it alive for Marine. But Pratt does well and does win inside a free kick. The referee tried to play advantage, but I think there was at least one player pulling him back.
I think he's lucky to escape a yellow card here, Aidan Campbell. Definitely disrupted that counter-attack for Hyde. I think he will get a booking.
Nope. He has not escaped the yellow card, Campbell. To be fair, I don't think it's his first challenge of the afternoon. He's put 2 or 3 in so far. Maybe a totting up process. Hayden Campbell, another one of those back in the Marine starting lineup today. Another one of those who scored on Tuesday night. Long ball forward from Atherton from the free kick. Headed on by the Hyde man, but dealt with by Barragan. Scarisbrick looks to nod it forward. Further cleared by Spittle. That might end up being a very good ball out to Campbell. If he can keep it in, he can't quite. He just managed to keep it in on the byline, but as he put so much effort into keeping it in, he was unable to control it with his second touch, and it just ran out for a throw-in in a right-back position to be taken by Harry Ditchfield. It's a slight delay in getting back underway there for Hyde, but it's launched down the line by Ditchfield. Headed forward by Tong, but cleared by Spittle. Tries to aim his header out towards Sean Smith, but runs out of room, and Ditchfield can launch another throw down the line. Headed out by Wardle. Good battle between Wardle and Mampala so far this afternoon. Wardle just about coming out on top so far.
This would definitely rub salt in the wound for Marine if they concede right now 4 additional minutes of added time. Dominating this first half.
So another throw into the box from Ditchfield. It's volleyed forward, and there is the referee's half-time whistle. No goals to tell you about at half-time at the Marine Travel Arena. Best chance of the game came for Johnny Spittle, who saw his header from a corner saved brilliantly by Dan Atherton. Marine have had a couple of goals ruled out. First Hayden Campbell, who found the back of the net, but not before the referee blew his whistle, stopping the game after an injury for Dan Atherton. And the second one, an offside call against Andy Scarisbrick, despite not touching the ball as James Barragan's free kick ran in at the far post. It's Marine 0, Hyde United 0 at half-time. Join us in 15 minutes for the second half. Hello and welcome back to today's live coverage of the pitching in Northern Premier League, where Marine are currently being held 0-0 at home to Hyde United. Marine have hit the back of the net twice in the first half, but both have been disallowed, with an injury to Hyde goalkeeper Dan Averton causing the first to be ruled out before an offside against Andrew Scarisbrick denied James Barragan's free kick of giving Marine the lead. No changes to tell you about at half-time as Marine attack the crescendo way end in the second half. Ball back across the box from Charlie Doyle, but it's blocked in there by the Hyde man as they look to attack. Down left wing, back to Passon, who clears long. Just a reminder of the Marine lineup. In goal, it's number 1, Bailey Passon. Number 2, Josh Solomon Davis. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, James Barragan. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Johnny Spittle. Number 7, Andrew Scarisbrick. Number 8, Charlie Doyle. Number 9, Mo Torre. Number 10, Sol Solomon. And number 11, Hayden Campbell, the only Marine man with a booking so far. So Mampala looks to start an attack for the visitors. Pratt picks it up, back to Mampala, about 25 yards from goal, closed down well in there by Solomon. And now Smith can clear out towards Campbell on the left wing. Reminder of the Hyde lineup. In goal, it's number 1, Dan Averton. Number 2, Harry Ditchfield. Number 3, Javid Nevin. Number 4, Callum Spooner. Number 5, on a booking, it's Jordan Fagboller. Number 6 for captain, Brad Roscoe. Number 7, Adam Dawson. Number 8, Liam Tong. Number 9, Manas Mampala. Number 10, Jack Redshaw. And number 11, Tom Pratt. Today I'm joined by Tom Wardle on commentary. What did you make of the first half, Tom?
Yeah, I thought Marine were outstanding. I thought we kept possession well and moved forward as a team. And they've had 2 goals ruled out. I understand by the ref's point of view. On the first, on the second one, you know, this is one of those. But I think if they play anything like they did in that first half, they should be able to get 3 points over the line here.
Is there anything that you would do differently if you were Neil Young in the second half?
No, I think the team's played well. You can see why he hasn't made a change in the second half. We just need to get those front 3 players on the ball as soon as we can. I think Torre's been sharp when he's got the ball. Just need to give it to him more often.
Bailey Passon with the ball in hand, plays a long ball forward, tries to play it up towards Torre, but he's sliced that one out for a throw-in. So it's going to be Nevin to get us back underway. Launches down the line, headed away by Spittle. So Nevin gains a few yards with the throw. Marine lining up in a very interesting sort of formation. It's Mo Torre as the sort of focal point of attack, but then Solomon in a sort of free roll behind him. Campbell operating mainly from the left, you would say. Scarisbrick a little bit deeper. Scarisbrick manages to force it through to Solomon. Tries to slide the ball forward towards Torre, but Averton off his line quickly and can clear. Good goalkeeping there. Solomon Davis up at the other end, heads away before Doyle puts it into touch.
Yeah, they have to change something in the second half. Hyde United dominated in that first 45. It'll be interesting to see how they react now.
Danger man for Hyde United. The man wearing the number 10 shirt, Jack Redshaw, looked the most lively in the first half, and his goal record this season backs that up. 10 in the 21-22 campaign for Jack Redshaw. He's the top goal scorer for Hyde United. They are a side like Marine who like to spread the goals around. 14 different goal scorers this season as opposed to Marine's 16.
And that'll be first yellow card of the second half there for a pull back on Solomon Davis.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a free kick here for Marine. Is it just a talking to, or Barragan tries to get us back underway quickly, but the referee is still speaking to, I think it's Spooner. Yep, Cam Spooner becomes the third man to join the referees, to enter the referee's book. He joins Hayden Campbell, Jordan Fagbola. Barragan will get us back underway now with this free kick inside the centre circle. Long ball forward, up towards the penalty area. But the free kick halts that attack. Referee gives free kick Hyde's way to be taken by the goalkeeper Dan Atherton. There's an injury to Atherton in that first half that halted Marine as they put the ball into the back of the net for the first time. Hayden Campbell was the man that did it. Just before it crossed the line, the referee's whistle blew and Atherton received treatment. Very controversial moment, to say the least. As Ditchfield looks to dink a ball forward down the Hyde right. No way forward for him, so he goes back, and now Nevin slices a ball out towards Redshaw. I'm not sure he was the intended target, but it's out of play, and it's a Marine throw-in for Solomon Davis just in front of the Hyde dugout. He's got a couple of options down the line in Charlie Doyle, Andrew Scarisbrick. It's met by Nevin. And out for another throw-in to be taken by the same man. Solomon Davis infield now to Barragan. Looks to volley a ball forward. Scarisbrick will give chase. Nevin, good defending. But Scarisbrick wins it back. And now he can dart into the penalty area. Across goal, good defending. Cleared away, but here's Solomon Davis. Doyle now can send one in towards the back post. Too much on that, and it's out for a goal kick.
Just that touch of quality in the forward areas is what's missing. 2 occasions there. Scarisbrick did brilliantly to win it back. The cross into the box wasn't a great one, and Charlie Doyle has a good opportunity to put a good delivery in. He can't pick out a man in a white shirt.
Yeah, it seems to be the tale of the afternoon so far for Marine. They've done well to win the ball back in some dangerous positions, but they're not quite making it count so far. Just for one really notable save that I can remember anyway from Atherton, and what a save it was, denying Johnny Spittle from a corner. Here is the goalkeeper again, Atherton. Makes a mess of that clearance, and it's out for a Marine throw-in. Solomon Davis down the line quickly for Scarisbrick. He's got Doyle with him, but he'll go it alone down the right wing, Scarisbrick, and he gets bundled over. And it's not the first time that he's been fouled this afternoon. Scarisbrick really put himself about this afternoon. It's Nevin this time. It's sent the Marine midfielder to the ground, and it's going to be another yellow card.
Yeah, I think they've been the 2 best players on the pitch for Marine, Scarisbrick and Solomon Davis, down that right-hand side. So where all the play's been down.
I would agree. I think Solomon Davis has been brilliant back in the side today after an injury layoff. You just hope he can keep himself fit, as he has struggled with 1 or 2 injuries. But it's another chance to get a ball in the box. This time, Barragan and Solomon. But Barragan leaves it for Solomon. Not been his most lively game this afternoon, Solomon, but all will be forgiven if he sends the cross into the box. And I think it's Torre that heads over. And that is a big chance for Marine.
Yeah, that's where you want Motoré. For a free header, and got to say, he's got to do a lot better there, the striker. Got to hit the target at the very least, and been far from that with the header.
Been amongst the goals in the last couple of games, Motoré, since making his return. That winner against Scarborough Athletic Scored one of the 4 Marine goals on Tuesday night against Pilkington in the Liverpool Senior Cup. He's off target there, and he's putting a good showing this afternoon so far, Torre. Scarisbrick has given away a free kick there. Sorry, it was Solomon. Went in a little bit late and caught the Hyde man. In the centre circle, so it's going to be a free kick for the Tigers. So a chance now. They are a tall side, Hyde United, led by their number 9, Manas Mampala, who's kept relatively quiet in the first half by Solomon Davis. He's been left for Charlie Doyle on this occasion. Ball dinked forward, headed away by Wardle. Can Scarisbrick take it down? He can't, but Solomon Davis can send the ball forward, looking for Torre. Too much on it for him. Cleared away by Atherton. Doyle first to the clearance, and Hayden Campbell wide now for Smith. Can Campbell latch onto the end of a return ball from Smith? I'm not sure he can, and it's just run out for a goal kick. 55 minutes played now, still goalless at the Marine Travel Arena.
Yeah, you just look at the Marine bench. Apart from Connor Evans, there's not many players you think will come on in that front three. So it'll be interesting to see what Neil Young does over the course of the second half.
Of course, you look at previous Marine benches in the last few weeks, and we've said how attack-minded they are. Today, I'd say one of the most defensive Marine benches we've seen all season. Just Connor Evans, really, most attacking player on there. Lucas Weir, a creative midfielder, but other than that, we've got a couple of defensive-minded players and the goalkeeper. As Josh Wardle gives away a free kick on the left-back position for Marine. It's going to be taken by Adam Dawson, I believe.
Yeah, it's a definite foul by Josh Wardle there. Really good footwork by the number 9, Mampala. It's a good opportunity if they get a good ball in it.
So another chance to get the big man in the box. Mampala, Fagbonnet, all in there. The captain, of course, Brad Roscoe. It's a low-driven ball in, went through the wall actually. Not the best defensive wall there. Ball back into the box after it was originally cleared, headed away and then cleared away by Charlie Doyle. Hyde wants to get us back underway quickly with this throw-in. Tong throws into Redshaw, who can turn and squirm away from a couple into the feet of Pratt. Tries his luck, saved by Passon. Barragan now tries to get in there and clear it forward, but has to settle for a Hyde throw-in. First real save of the afternoon for Bailey Passon.
Yeah, it was a comfortable one for Passon. Didn't feel comfortable catching it, so just cleared it with a punch. Like I say, it's the first thing he's had to do in this hour.
Just under an hour played. Still, we are goalless. A chance for Ditchfield to launch a ball into the box. It's headed away by Wardle, further away by Solomon. Nevin, poor clearance. Campbell now, just misses out in midfield, and Spooner wins it back for his side. Here's Tong looking to slide it through to Mampala, who's looking for options in the box. Good defending by Spittle. Out for a corner.
Yeah, he stayed with him well, Johnny Spittle. He had to get across quickly, stop the cross with yellow shirts running into the box. But Hyde United have definitely stepped it up a notch in the second half.
It's going to be Liam Tong to get a ball into the box now for Hyde. It's a good ball as well in towards the back post, claimed well by Bailey Passon. He's got Mo Torre up ahead of him, who he is looking for. Can Torre latch onto the end of this? Ditchfield, favourite to get there first, and does, and out for a throw-in for the Mariners. Deep in the Hyde United half. If there's one thing that Marine are really missing today, it is the long throw option. No Jordan Lucy in the squad, of course. Jack Dunn, we won't be seeing him for quite a long time, you would imagine, after his unfortunate injury last Saturday. So it is just for left back Sean Smith to take it. Takes it short to Barragan. Now into the feet of Hayden Campbell. Looks to take it round his man, but wins his side a corner. Opportunity for Marine.
Really seen some poor deliveries from set pieces in this game. Really good one here. And Solomon's put some pressure on that hard defence.
It is going to be Sol Solomon to take. Wardle, Spittle and Torre, Charlie Doyle, the targets. It's a deep one in towards the back post, headed back across goal. Not been dealt with yet, and it's headed wide in the end. I'm not sure who it was that came flying in with a header. It might have been Charlie Doyle.
Yeah.
And another big chance goes begging for Marine.
Yeah, he's just in the right position, Charlie Doyle. You can see what he's trying to do. Head it across goal into that top corner. Just gets the direction wrong on that time.
Goal kick taken by Averton. It's very high. It's met by Barragan, closed down quickly by Tongo, and here's Redshaw taking up a position on the right wing now, after finding no luck out on the left. Here's Dawson. All the way back to centre-back Fagboller. Here's Roscoe. Just evades the challenge of Campbell and just about comes away with it after Scarisbrink came in. Here's Tong. Ball forward, looking for Pratt. He goes diving in, Bailey Passon. And the referee, another bold decision from the referee. He's booked Tom Pratt for simulation after Bailey Passon went flying in. And I'll tell you what, I think Marine might have got away with one there.
I'm not too sure, Luke. I don't think if there was any contact, it was very, very minimal. Maybe a yellow card for simulation's harsh, but definitely don't think that one's a penalty.
Well, no penalty given. Another booking, this time for Tom Pratt. It's the fourth booking of the afternoon for Hyde United, just for one for Marine. Not very often that Marine are on the right side of the bookings, but today's the exception. Long ball forward from Passant from the free kick. And it might just bounce through to Campbell now. He's got a little bit to do as he back to goal, lays it off for Solomon, tries to slide it back across goal. Good touch in there from Averton, and it's out for a corner. The game just creeping back into life now. After a little bit of a flat patch. Corner in from Solomon. Towards the near post, it's cleared away. And now Dawson will look to spark a counter-attack. Tries to play it forward quickly to Redshaw, but Solomon Davis will deal with that. Back to Bailey Passant, not the best clearance, and here's Pratt.
What a
challenge from Barragan. Smith back to Passant, and that's a much better clearance from a goalkeeper.
Fantastic by James Barragan there, helping his keeper out. We didn't do great with the clearance.
Up at the other end, Torre wins his side a free kick. Again, not the first time we've said that this afternoon. He's held the ball really well up there for Marine. No Torre, something that Marine have been missing for large parts of this season.
Seems like a new player, doesn't he, Torre, as he's come back from injury. Like you say, he's held the ball really well. He's been that target figure, but also got a turn of pace.
Boost for Marine's attacking options. The return of Mo Torre. As Barragan sends in a free kick in towards the back post. It's met by Wardle, and it lands on the roof of the net. And the man has gone down in the Hyde United penalty area. I'm not sure what the issue is there, but seems to be in a little bit of discomfort, the Hyde man. So it gives the players an opportunity to go and receive some instructions from their managers. Barragan, the man going over to speak to Neil Young, pass on a few messages. But we will get back underway now with a goal kick. Long ball forward from Atherton up towards Mampala. Can't quite latch onto the end of that one. Runs through to Bailey Passant. Passant urging his team forward for playing the long goal kick up towards Smith. It's actually very good. Ball forward. It looked like it caught a few out. Here's Campbell now on the left wing, looking to get back onto his right foot. Back out wide now to Smith. Fires a very direct ball across the penalty area. Dawson can lay it off for Nevin. Plays a long ball forward up towards Solomon Davis, who can clear and play it back to Spittle. Plays it back to Bailey Passant, who thinks about the long ball forward, but instead rolls it out for Wardle. Ball into midfield now with Campbell, and out wide it goes to Smith. Back to Campbell now, can't quite control it. Scarisbrick might just about make something of it. It's cleared away by Roscoe. It's a Marine throw-in.
He's done that all afternoon, hasn't he, Andy Scarisbrick? Reading the game really well and latched onto his loose balls.
It's a throw-in taken by Smith. He's looking for Campbell. And that's going to be a free kick to go Hyde's way. Charlie Doyle, the man penalised there. At what point do you think Neil Young starts to look towards his bench, Tom?
Well, I do think maybe sooner rather than later, but I do think Marine is still the side who's got a lot more threatening in front of goal. Which on another day, you know, we'd be 2-3-0 up and cruising and not really having to worry about it too much, but the situation is it's still goalless and we still need a goal from somewhere. Maybe someone off the bench can provide that.
And the problem is you look towards the bench and there's not a lot of goals there. Just the two between them. Everyone on the bench. Connor Evans and Lucas Weir with a goal each. As Mampala looks to drive forward. I was on the edge of a penalty area. After winning it back, he slides it wide.
Oh, excellent.
For Pratt. Good challenge in there again by Barragan. Gives away a corner. 3/4 of the game played now. Still, we are goalless.
Saw in there James Barragan, he was pushing a gut to get to that ball. He did so well, blocking the cross.
So it's going to be another corner for the visitors. Taken by Tong in towards the near post, headed away by Spittle. Further away by Solomon, but it's picked up now by Redshaw. Good challenge in there by Solomon Davis. Redshaw can still retain possession though, all the way back to the goalkeeper, Atherton. Not the best clearance there, and Spooner has to help it on. Picked up in there by Pratt. Infield now with Tong. Skips away from a couple of Marine midfielders out wide to Dawson. Dawson on the left wing wants to get it back onto his right foot, and he does now, in towards the penalty area, blocked by Solomon Davis into the hands of Passant.
Did well, didn't he, Solomon Davis? Sure. Nice little skip by Dawson to come in onside his right foot, but a good block in there. Defended brilliantly, Marine, when they've had to.
Another highlight and a good return to the team for Solomon Davis there. Long ball forward from Passant, headed away by Nevin. But now Solomon can pick it up and he can charge down the right wing. Plays it down the line for Torre. Torre in the box. Can he get it back across goal? Oh, he can, but no one's really there. Smith on the edge of the box now. Fires it back at goal. Great save. Getting closer.
I think there might be a little touch on the way. Smith shot by Solomon, which goalkeeper Dan Atherton read well. He's keeping us out in this game.
And there is another man down in the box for Hyde. He's back to his feet now. It's Mampala back doing his defensive duties. But Solomon Davis will get us back underway with a throw in deep in the Hyde half. He's just looking for short options. He's getting one from Barrigan, who's been all over the pitch today. He's one of my shouts for man of the match so far, I'd say. Back to Smith, who looks to fire one in towards the back post, but Atherton off his line quickly to gather. Throws it out quickly for Tong. Wardle missed him with a challenge. Just runs out for a Marine throw-in. Good play, actually, by Wardle, if he meant it. Barrigan plays a long ball forward. Picked up by Solomon. Back to Barrigan in the halfway line. Into the feet of Scarisbrick. Lets it run. And he can just about poke it away from Dawson. No, Dawson gets ball side and plays it back to the goalkeeper. Is Redshaw now trying to get past Spittle. Good defending by Johnny Spittle, but it's pulled back for the free kick. Solomon Davis had a handful of Redshaw's shirt and he's going to enter the referee's book.
He's not been afraid to give out his yellow cards this afternoon, has he, the referee? Another one for Solomon Davis there, but I have to say, Jack Redshaw, when he gets the ball and he's driving it, the Marine defence is very sharp at times. He's causing problems in the second half.
Nope, you're right about the yellow cards. That's the 6th of the afternoon. 2 for Marine, 4 for Hyde. Joins Hayden Campbell in the book from a Marine perspective. Free kick in towards the centre, headed away by Spittle. Good defending. Solomon will look to keep this in, and he does. Plays a long ball forward. Torre is completely alone up there. He's got a lot to do. He wins the header, but runs out of space. It's a Hyde throw-in to be taken by Nevin, just in front of the Marine bench. To the feet of Spooner, and then further cleared by Nevin. Bit of a waste there. Gives Marine possession deep in their own half. Spittle takes it quickly back to Passant. Long ball forward. Towards Torre. Was headed back to Doyle. Now Barrigan. Now Wardle. He's got Campbell making a run ahead of him. Smith out wide. He uses his left back on the touchline. Smith looks to dink it forward to Campbell, who will keep it in. He wants to try and cross. Takes a knock on the way through. Few shouts for a penalty behind the goal as Smith goes down. And it's Spittle now. Into Scarisbrick. Looks to turn, and strong challenge on the edge of the box there. Hyde wants to get us back underway quickly, but I feel like the referees are just wanting to have a word with Scarisbrick about that last challenge.
Yeah, it's been highlights of the game, isn't it? These penalty appeals and officiating decisions. Couldn't really see from our angle, but it seems to be too much contact on Sean Smith.
Yeah, if you are joining us, we are entering the final quarter of an hour. Still Marine 0, Hyde United 0. Marine have hit the back of the net twice. As Campbell's ruled out for an injury in the build-up. The referee's whistle had already been blown. James Barrigan thought that his free kick had gone all the way into the back post. An offside against Andrew Scarisbrick as he attacked the ball. But now here's Hayden Campbell looking to charge down the left. He whips the ball in towards the centre. Missed by everyone, and that one will go out for a goal kick.
Shows how tight this game has been when neither side's even looked at the bench. We're coming up to 75 minutes.
A more defensive looking bench today for Marine. Luke Clark, Germano Mendes, Connor Evans, Lucas Weir and Alex Doyle. Good to have Doyle back in the squad. Connor Evans, the only forward amongst the bench. Here is Torre now, looking to hold the ball up in midfield. Nicked off him by Tong and played forward. Solomon Davis will deal with this. Down the line, he has Doyle, if he can find him, he can. Doyle taps it past his man, and Nevin has been booked. And it's going to be a second yellow card for Javid Nevin. It was fairly innocuous in terms of the ball down the line from Solomon Davis into Charlie Doyle. Just let it run and then tapped it round Nevin. Nevin blocked his way. And it's an early finish to the match for the Hyde United left back.
It was a clumsy challenge, wasn't it? And Nevin always going to be second best to the ball, and the referee's got that one spot on.
So for the final 15 minutes of play, Marine will hold a numerical advantage. Can they make it count? You just wonder if that might spark the first change of the afternoon for Hyde United, as their left back has been sent off, and I think it has. There is movement on the bench, but not until Barragan fires his free kick in towards box, but it's headed away. Scarisbrick picks it up. Spittle, not sure what he was trying there. Tries to sweep it out wide for Solomon Davis, gets it all wrong. Out for a throw-in.
The red card looks to spur the first change of the afternoon. Maybe a change of shape for Hyde United here, last 15 minutes.
So it's a throw-in for Hyde down the line, looking for Redshaw, but headed away by Solomon Davis. Played forward again by Tong, but Redshaw's not going to be able to keep that one in. Throw-in just in front of the couple of Marine subs for Solomon Davis, and we are going to have our first substitution of the afternoon. Confirmation of that one there, in case you didn't hear. It's Eddie Brown is going to come on in place of Manas Mampala. What do you make of his performance this afternoon, Tom?
Yeah, I think second half especially, he's grown into the game and held the ball well up at times. He just hasn't received it too often because of how dominant Marine have been. But you'd assume that'll be a defensive change and Brown coming on.
It might just be a shift amongst the players that are already on the pitch, because it looks like Eddie Brown has actually taken up a central striking position similar to where Mampala was operating. So we wait to see what shift that does cause. But here's Doyle now, 30 yards from goal, spreads it wide to Solomon Davis. He's got no help around him, so he's going to have to try and get to the byline. Good defending in there by Redshaw, back doing his defensive work.
Ladies and gentlemen, our attendance this afternoon at the MTA is 1,417. 1417. Thank you all for your massive support this afternoon.
Confirmation of today's fantastic attendance at the Marine Travel Arena. It's 1,417. Highest attendance of the season. Absolutely brilliant support for the Mariners. Of course, attendances of around 1,100 have become common at the Marine Travel Arena, which is fantastic for the club. Smith looks to play it forward into the feet of Motore, and he teases a ball forward looking for Solomon, but too much on that one, through to the goalkeeper Dan Averton. Tom, as we go in towards the final 10 minutes, can you see a goal in this game, or is it destined for 0-0?
Well, as Hyde have gone down to 10 men, you expect them to go a little bit more defensive, maybe hold on for a point, which would be a great point for their means in this game.
Here's Redshaw now into Spooner, tries his luck from about 20 yards on his left foot. Wasn't a million miles over, but never testing Bailey pass up from there.
It was a good chance for Hyde, that. One of the best openings I've had in this game, and Spooner does well just to shimmy his way into a shooting area, just pulls the trigger off target.
Just a reminder for Marine there, even though they have got the numerical advantage, it's not over. And Hyde are very much still in this game. Spittle wins the ball back off of Eddie Brown. Plays it back to Wardle sends a long diagonal out towards Scarisbrick, but it's a difficult one to control that. And it's out for a throw-in. There's a little bit of movement on the Marine bench. You just wonder if it's just a matter of time until the first change is made by Neil Young. Throw down the line for Hyde.
There's a few leggy players out there now for Marine. I think changes what's necessary to push for that goal.
Torre looks to sweep it forward, but it's Brad Tong there who looks to have filled in at left back. Former Marine man. There's Passon looking to get the game going quickly, but in the end urges his team forward. He's very much taking his time over the goal kick now. Sends his whole team to the right and then sends it out to his left back Sean Smith. Good play there from Passon. Smith looks to send it down the line where Torre had made a run, but dealt with by the Hyde man. Out for a throw-in. Campbell takes it quickly back to Smith and all the way back now with Wardle. Spittle back to Wardle now. Barragan's dropped into a left back position, sending Smith on his way down the left wing. In field now to Charlie Doyle. Sends a ball looking for Solomon Davis over the top, but it's dealt with back there by Redshaw. Back now to Tong. We're a little bit of pressure from Solomon, but Tong does well in the end. Too much on his long ball forward for Passon. Here is Wardle. Spittle. Just patient from Marine, but at some point you would expect them to maybe throw a bit more urgency forward as Barragan misplaces that one and it's out for a throw-in. First change of the afternoon for Marine. It's going to be Hayden Campbell to be replaced.
Replacing number 11, Hayden Campbell.
And it's going to be Connor Evans.
Is number 14, Connor Evans.
Making his way onto the pitch. Recently scored his first goal for Marine in that 5-0 demolition of Liversedge in Marine's last league match at the Marine Travel Arena. Scarisbrick makes a bit of a mess of that one and it's out for a Hyde throw-in. So Connor Evans on for Hayden Campbell. Campbell's first league start in a while. What do you make of his performance this afternoon?
Hayden Campbell, yeah, I think he's started the game really well in that first half. Second half, he's been a bit more quieter. I think that's due to the lack of chances Marine have really created in front of goal. Yeah, I think it would just be good to get some minutes in him.
Spooner loses out to Charlie Doyle, who looks to send Evans on his way for the first time, but Tong controls well and charges forward. Solomon Davis looks to head it forward now for Marine, but Redshaw gets it back on the edge of the box now. It's been crowded out by a few Marine players, which leaves Ditchfield in space to cross in towards the back post, and it's just over the head of Eddie Brown. Danger averted for now for Marine, but Hyde very much still in this, despite going down to 10 men.
Yeah.
The
If anything, spurred them on to get forward even more, and they're certainly pushing for that winner despite having a man down.
they almost look the more likely than Marine at the moment. There's Spittle on the ball. Goes for the long ball forward that we know he likes to fire up there. Evans can't quite latch onto it. Ball back to the goalkeeper, Avatun, who's taken a bit of a risk there, and he's done brilliantly, to be fair to him, under pressure from Evans.
Not afraid to take a risk this afternoon, has he? Dan Atherton.
Looks brilliant when it comes off, but how many times do you see him left with egg on their face?
I wouldn't try it myself.
It's Solomon Davis with the throw-in down the line. Scarisbrick looks to head it on. Evans pokes it forward to Torre. He's got a little bit of space to drive into. He wants to get it onto his left foot. Smith on the overlap. Good challenge in there, and it's out for a corner.
Yeah, you would have thought Motoré in a similar position to where he scored last Saturday. Didn't want to pull the trigger on that occasion, and let's hope we get a good delivery on this corner.
So, there is another man down for Hyde. I think it's been number 7, Adam Dawson. One who's had a good game this afternoon, to be fair to him. And a little bit more quiet in the second half, but in the first half especially, he was one of the main outlets out on the wing for Hyde.
Well, the referee was quick to wave over the physio, and he looks in a bit of discomfort. Adam Dawson.
So as we enter the final 5 minutes, Tom, I will ask you to start thinking about who your Marine man of the match is for this afternoon. 85.5 minutes played. Still Marine 0, Hyde United 0. Johnny Spittle denied in the first half, thanks to a magnificent save from Dan Averton. Before Hayden Campbell found the back of the net, but the referee blew his whistle before he could cross the line. As the goalkeeper went down with a head injury, as is protocol, the game was halted, much to the frustration of the Marine players and fans. And Marine did find the back of the net once again in the first half. It's James Barragan's free kick. Evaded everyone, went in at the back post, but Andy Scarisbrick was deemed to have interfered with play from an offside position. And the linesman raised his flag. Looks like the Hyde man is back to his feet, but his afternoon is over. The substitutes board being readied by the Hyde bench.
Doesn't look like the player is.
No, we wait to see who's coming on. Might not come until after this corner is taken, so for the time being, Hyde have 9 men. Can Marine make it count? Ball in from Solomon towards the back post. It's Torre. And is that a save, or I think he's hit the post? And it's out for a goal kick.
Oh, well, like you say, what a delivery that was. Sol Solomon. Torre's space at the back post. Couldn't turn it home.
So it is Adam Dawson who is going to be replaced. He's been replaced by Aaron Fleming. So a midfielder for a midfielder. Should keep things fairly similar for Hyde United. As they launch a long ball forward. The Marine deal with it, but it's out for Hyde throw-in. High up the pitch for Hyde. Attacking Marine's right-hand side. Into Brown. Throw-in taken quickly. Redshaw looks to nick it off him. Good challenge in there from the Marine man. Smith looks to send it forward. Torre just watches it out as the last touch came off of a Hyde man. Throws it back to Wardle. Here's Spittle now. Sends the ball to Barragan. And out wide again with Smith. Just patient from Marine. Torre dropping deep to come and pick it up. Out wide to Solomon. Down the line again to Smith. Ball into the box. It's met. I think it's Evans that's flicked it on. It's cleared away, and here's Barragan now for Marine. It's nicked off him, and now Hyde can counter-attack. Doyle comes across well. Shoulder to shoulder. Marine regain possession. Here's Torre, about 30 yards from goal. Tries to slide it back through to Smith, but it's intercepted by Fleming and cleared away by Ditchfield. Solomon Davis comes across and half volleys it back into Charlie Doyle. Out wide to Smith. is Sol Solomon. Looking for a long ball up towards Scarisbrick. Not quite been dealt with yet by Hyde, and Barragan misses out to Pratt. Good play from him. His ball forward is easily dealt with by Spittle. And here's Sean Smith now. Smith safely back to Wardle. Tom, as 90 minutes have now been played, I will ask you, who is your Marine man of the match?
I think I'd have to go for Josh Solomon Davis. I think he's been superb coming back into the team. He's made a real difference, both going forward and defensively. I think he's definitely the man I'd name for man of the match this afternoon.
Yep, a good return to the side for Solomon Davis, up and down the pitch. And a rarity on commentary. Tom's man of the match matches up with the sponsor's man of the match, who is also Josh Solomon Davis. But a good return to action for him. Amongst that, 5 minutes have been added on at the end of this second half. About a minute has been played. It's Charlie Doyle, picks it up in the midfield. Can Marine push and find a winner in these late stages? Not with a long ball forward like that from Spittle. Scarisbrick can pick it up now, and Barragan slides it into Solomon. Good challenge, but here's Evans. Forward again to Scarisbrick, into the box now. Lays it off for Evans. Makes an absolute meal of that. Or was it Solomon?
Solomon, yeah, he just snatched at it. Scarisbrick did really well and held the ball up really well just for Solomon to slash it horribly wide.
He's made a name for himself with his clinical finishing, Sol Solomon, but uncharacteristically fires that one high and wide from the edge of the box on his weaker left foot. Long ball forward from Atherton, headed up by Brown. Spooner now wide to Redshaw, cutting back in onto his right foot as he's done so many times this afternoon. In the centre of the pitch, back to Fleming now, and into the feet of Pratt. And now Hyde come forward down the left wing. Into Pratt in the box, good defending from Josh Wardle.
Excellent by Wardle coming across there, doing his duty, the centre half, did it well.
In no particular rush to get us back underway with this throw-in, Hyde United. Will be Liam Tong to take the throw into Redshaw. Redshaw's done really well to evade the challenges into the box now. Looking for options in the centre. Plays it back off for Pratt. In the box now, good challenge in there from Doyle. Still Hyde attack, ball into the box from Fleming. Straight through to Passant, who tries to get the game going quickly. His long kick almost falls for Torre. It was cleared away, but here's Charlie Doyle, wide now to Solomon Davis, the double man of the match winner. Wrestled to the ground by Redshaw, wins the side a free kick. I think it will be taken by Bailey Passant on the halfway line.
We expect this to be the last chance of the game. Barragan's deliveries, put some good deliveries in this game. Let's hope we can make this one count to the death.
Yeah, Passant almost came out for it, but a little bit too far out for the goalkeeper really. So it is Barragan on the halfway line. Long ball into the box, but that is a poor one. Atherton will take that one down and eat up a few seconds. For all the pressure, especially in the first half, Marine haven't really threatened in the second. No major chances to report on. Torre looks to chase his own flick on, but runs out of play for a throw-in. It's going to be Tong down the line. Looks to find Redshaw, but it's headed away by Solomon Davis. Barragan helps it on its way, but cleared away, but here's Wardle. Wide now with Sean Smith. Comes in field, back to Barragan. Wide to Doyle, and wide again to Solomon Davis. He's got space to run into. Good challenge in there. And it's out for a corner.
Good last chance.
Last chance into the final 10 seconds of added time. Can Marine make it count? Everyone back defending for the 10 men of Hyde United. Pretty much everyone forward for Marine, bar the goalkeeper. It's going to be Barragan. We have now played the 5 minutes of added time. How dramatic would this be? Barragan into the centre. It's not exactly a flick on, more of a defensive header from Doyle. Back in from Barragan, and it's another poor ball. And a poor end to the match, as the referee's full-time whistle calls an end to this afternoon's proceedings. Marine did find the back of the net twice in the first half, as an injury to Dan Averton in the build-up to Hayden Campbell's strike ruled out the opener for James Barragan's free kick. Also found the back of the net, but Andrew Scaresbrick was deemed to be in an offside position while interfering with play. Goal was here at the MTA. It's finished Marine 0, Hyde United 0. Thank you everyone for listening. And we'll see you for the next one next Saturday at Lancaster.